I'm John Howard, and in today's short video, I'm going to cover Warren Buffett and what he says are the 10 smartest things to do once you hit your first 100K. All right, I'm going to start this video off with a famous Warren Buffett quote. I try to find solid quotes, as I kind of start these videos. All right, so the key to investing is not assessing how much an industry is going to affect society or how much it will grow, but rather determining the competitive advantage of any given company and, above all, the durability of that advantage. That's a pretty good quote. That's one thing that I like about studying Warren Buffett is he's got so much material out there, and it's no matter how much I study, it seems like I can come up with a new interesting quote from him, right? Okay, so reaching 100,000 in savings is not only exciting, but it's revolutionary. I say it's revolutionary because according to a group, Handling Partners, which is a group I studied that does the U.S. Wealth Report, they also specialize in helping wealthy people or people that have, whatever, $1 million or more, go and look at living in other countries. But according to Handling Partners, there are 6,041,600 liquid millionaires in the USA, and that is as of May 2025, and that is actually less than 1.7% of our 347 million or more population, again, as of now, as of May 2025. So if and when you hit 100K, you'll be on an accelerated path to hit 1 million, which would then put you in the, top 1% or 1.7-ish% of our country. But 100,000 is also sort of where the real game begins. This is the critical juncture where smart decisions can catapult you towards financial freedom, or where missed opportunities become costly mistakes. I've been studying Warren Buffett for a while. I've done, quite a bit of videos, on Warren Buffett. In fact, I've kind of been doing mostly for probably the last 100 content pieces. I've been doing real estate because for myself, I have kind of a small real estate portfolio. I mean, it's really not that small, but 3 properties in Southern California, and rent them out, and enjoy pretty good income from it, right? Usually anywhere from 15 to 40,000 on average per month, from renting these 3 properties, and that's actually pretty good for my situation. I've been studying, a lot of Warren Buffett for a while, and done some videos on him, and this particular one, again, we're going to cover the 10 smart wealth multiplying things that you can do, right? With your first 100K. Okay, so number 1 is to educate yourself first. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Invest 2% of your capital in financial education. A single book that could boost your return from 2% to 5% annually. That's a little bit wishful thinking, but anyway, I mean, what would that be? So do you need to invest 2%? So if you have 100,000, you need to invest, $2,000 in a book? No, to make an extra, 5,000. I mean, making an extra 5,000 would be great, of course. Anyway, number 2, eliminate high interest debt. This is kind of obvious. That $10,000 credit card balance at 20% interest could cost you $22,000 over time. Break these chains before they become unbreakable. Number 3, build an emergency fund. Set aside 6 to 12 months of expenses. This protects your wealth so you never have to sell investments at a loss during unexpected events. Number 4, keep investments simple. Only invest in what you understand. Buffett made billions with straightforward companies like Coca-Cola and Apple, not complex derivatives. Number 5, diversify smartly, but don't over-diversify into mediocrity. This is where it's interesting because, as I've studied Warren Buffett, I've actually heard him, say the famous quote, diversification is protection against ignorance. And it's funny because I've done a video before on Warren Buffett compared to Ray Dalio on gold and how they're very different in their philosophies. But, if you think about it, like Ray Dalio, who owns the largest hedge fund in the world, he's like, massively huge proponent of diversification, whereas Warren Buffett thinks it's kind of dumb. He basically, the reality is that Warren Buffett is just pretty much the best investor in the world. So, he doesn't really seem to me that he doesn't really empathize with the fact that people aren't going to be as good as him, right? So that's why, people will diversify because they're not as good as him, right? But anyway, so his philosophies on diversification, he recommends an S&P 500 for an investor that does not want to become a professional investor, right? And recommends limited diversification for people that do want to become a professional investor. Number 6, focus on long-term value. The stock market transfers money from the active to the patient. And that's a quote from him, from Warren, right? Quality companies held for years beat speculative trading every time. Number 7, reinvest everything. Compound interest is wealth building magic. That 100K at 7% becomes 196,000 in 10 years, 761,000 in 30 years if you reinvest every gain. Again, problem is it's not really realistic. People have to actually make a living, right? So if you're going to be a professional investor, you're going to have to kind of pull some of that, cash in so you can live on it. Number 8, keep cash ready. Maintain 10 to 20% liquidity for opportunities. Cash combined with courage in a time of crisis is priceless. That's, another quote by Warren. Number 9, avoid lifestyle inflation. Buffett still lives in his 1958 Omaha home. Don't let spending increases eat your wealth gains. It's not like Warren Buffett only has one home. It's my understanding that he spends most of his time in his Omaha home, which he, bought for 30-some thousand in 1958. He also has a home in Laguna Beach. I believe he still does, at least when I listened to the Snowball audiobook a few months ago. He still had the home in Laguna Beach. Number 10, plan your estate. Protect your legacy with proper estate planning so your hard-earned wealth transfers according to your wishes. The wealthy don't just earn more, they think differently about money. They invest in knowledge, eliminate toxic debt, diversify intelligently, and most importantly, they play the long game. So those are the 10 smartest things to do with your first 100K, according to Warren Buffett. Everybody, like I said, I've been doing videos, on real estate. For me, I've been doing short and medium term furnished rentals for literally the last 2 decades. In terms of my own portfolio, like I mentioned, I've got 3. And during the last 2 decades that I've been doing it, I also launched and operated 4 different businesses that all went up to 7 figures or more per year. And the reason I say that is because doing rentals is something that, pretty much, you can do all alongside of really even, demanding careers, right? If you have a 9-to-5 job and you're W-2 and you work for, I don't really know about that because I didn't work for a big company. I started my own businesses and I was able to do with my time what I chose, right? But in general, it is something that you can do alongside of demanding careers because, my career during this time was actually, very demanding. Something I found good about it was that because I was doing short and medium term furnished rentals, I also did long term rentals too, but mostly medium term rentals. I was able to, write off all the expenses, as active income. And, right now that material participation, is basically 100 hours a year, or more, and more than anyone else that is in the business, right? So that's hugely advantageous. You bring in money and you can write out all the expenses related to the rental, including any sort of interest. Obviously, you can't write off principal, but you can write off the interest, property taxes, any sort of bill that you get for the investment property. So for me, it kind of makes sense, right? And the fact is not everybody's going to be as good as Warren Buffett. And that's why, it seems like, you gotta kind of have to let real estate do its thing. Now, the reality is that, these properties that I've held on to for a long time, they're worth a lot of money. Obviously, real estate, here we are, summer 2025, real estate's worth a lot. It may not stay as high because real estate prices are very high and they may come down, but that doesn't really matter because for me, I'm paying the mortgage down, and I'm experiencing very strong cash flow, or average monthly cash flow from it, right? And that's really what I've seen with short and medium term rentals. I mean, in general, it's anywhere from, on average, 15 to, I mean, about the highest I've ever seen is about 37,000, in a month, really, from from really just two properties. I do have a third, but I'm not always renting that. But yeah. So, and also, when it comes to real estate, you can basically, when you make an investment, you basically get 5 benefits. Those benefits are, in case you don't know, it's rental income and cash flow, appreciation, amortization, which is mortgage pay down. You also get the tax benefits, which are all the tax benefits I kind of talked about, which is really depreciation and then active income offset. And then, the last is really the ability to borrow against the equity of the property in the event that you want to acquire more property. So I bring all this up because, Warren Buffett doesn't really talk about real estate. I mean, he's done real estate transactions, but he's not really a huge fan of real estate. But, it seems to me that it'd be a little silly to not consider, real estate. Like if you've got up, your 100K, I mean, you could use some of that to, go and consider investing part of it into a rental property, or you could, maybe get it a little bit higher, and you could invest something like, 40 to 50,000 of your own money, into your first rental property if you haven't already. In fact, I did a post recently, even a video on the Case-Shiller index in U.S. home price average index from 1995 to 2025, and how it did 309%. And basically the top performing stock index was the NASDAQ, which did 2,111%. But that's just home prices, right? So if you use an investment property, let's say you moved into it, you put 10% down, and then a year later you moved out and rented it, which is what I've kind of done, that 309% investment is really 3,090%. So if you look at it from a 30-year time horizon from 1995 to 2025, you're actually beating the NASDAQ by literally 1,000%, if you consider that $50,000 investment into an investment property. Anyway, so that's my take. I mean, I enjoy it because you just let compound interest, do its magic. And I've been able to, enjoy pretty much, doing medium-term rentals, or sometimes a hybrid of short and medium-term rentals. If you guys, if any of you want to inquire about that, I've got some links in the description. If you want to consider, real estate investing, you can go to those links in the description. I have something called the SMTR launch kit. It's really a very simple launch kit, very inexpensive. And, in there I've got, a whole bunch of things. Like, it has a lot of material in terms of, like, the good markets to go after and consider. I also have like tons of links in terms of all the furnishings, like everything that you can imagine in terms of 3 different key styles in terms of interior design, where you can go and you can get everything you need to, whether it's from Amazon or Walmart or various places. So I've got lots of links in there, for you to help you furnish your place. And also, yeah, I mean, we have a thing where I also have a site with a medium-term rental co-host, where we could actually, put your listing on a medium-term rental site. And we work with a lot of insurance companies to actually get the properties rented. If you, want to check that out, or work with me, you can also, if you like this video and somebody, maybe not yourself, but perhaps somebody that wants to get into real estate investing, you could forward them this video. Thank you very much. And then you could also consider liking this video, and you could consider subscribing to the channel. And again, thanks a lot.